Good morning, everyone. It's Tess, and today's tip 125. And today I'm going to talk about something that I'm seeing in a few different areas. But in the Robin Sharma book that I've been reading, The Saint, the Surfer, and the CEO, what I've been reading recently, and good morning, everyone. What I've been reading recently talks a lot about the pathways of the brain and how we program them to help us succeed in life. Because this book I'm reading isn't necessarily about the weight loss journey. It's about all the journeys in our life. And I will say I can see some parallels to it, to what I learned when I was working with teaching reading to those who struggle with reading. And it's never been about intelligence. It's always been about putting the right tools into play, because we all learn differently. Some of us are auditory, some of us are visual, some of us are auditory, visual, kinesthetic, or, there's all the different methods of learning. So when I was working with that, it was all about sequential, step-by-step, repetitive. But when we look at any area of our life, it all amounts to, and Robin Sharma kind of said this in this book, we're creatures of habit. Hi, Thelma. Good morning. We're creatures of habit, and as humans, we don't like to change. We fight change with everything in us. And it kind of made me realize, because sometimes I feel like I'm saying the same thing over and over, and then it kind of dawned on me again this morning. The reason we have to see this material and approach it in different ways and talk about it in different ways is to find the way, is to find the way that will finally connect with our brain. And in Robin Sharma's approach was a little bit different in this book, is that they're talking about programming the mind to do things differently as a dance. They said we all end up getting in patterns, and they call it a dance. Like if you have relationships with people in your life that are always problematic, you guys have a choreographed dance. You always react to each other the exact same way. And because you react to each other that same way, you automatically know what buttons to push. The buttons get pushed and the patterns repeat and repeat and repeat. And so he was kind of talking about, it is difficult. As humans, it's very difficult to change because we have a comfort in what we've always known. And he was kind of talking about, we all hear about like energy. There's an energy that's released even in like what you're eating or what you're thinking. And I think a big part of it relates to what you're thinking. If you're thinking, I can be successful, I feel good, I'm wonderful, is that a positive energy or negative? Well, of course it's positive. If you think, I can't win this journey, I've been beaten again, I'm fighting with my spouse, I can't make the right food, that's a negative energy. And what it kind of talked about, and these are all things like I've heard in Law of Attraction, I've heard in all these materials I've been reading, they just approach it a little differently, is that we really have to maybe try to grab that energy to help us create a new pathway. So when we're starting our journey or starting to try to do something new, it does go right back to that reprogramming. And the easiest way everybody's talking about, like he refers to the dance, if your dance is not leading you where you want it to go, you got to change the dance. And in order to change the dance, I guess they even think about it this way, they talk about energy. If you're watching somebody dance and they have no energy, you probably don't pay attention to what they're trying to do. So when it's the dance for our health or the dance for our food, we've got to make it more high energy and more exciting. And if we can make it more exciting around the healthy choices, it makes it easier for us to reprogram our mind and to find comfort in those healthier choices. I'm going to say I did it 5 years out, but through Group with Doc V, when I gave up the protein shakes, that was hard for me to do. And it was really hard for me to do because I had already just recently, within the past month or two, I bought like 12 cases of the stuff. It was hard for me to do, but I'm sitting back a year from now and I feel amazing. When I had my blood work done in January, my counts were good. Was it hard? Yeah. Did I have to reprogram or change my dance? Yep. Did I have to find a way to be excited? Yeah, I had to be excited about the possibility of what I could create. I mean, like I was even thinking about it, even related to the garden. I have a whole new excitement about it now because I'm trying new things. Last year I had like tomatoes, 13 types of lettuce and peppers. Well, this year I've got tomatoes and peppers and beans and I'm trying to grow cantaloupe, and I've got the green onions, and I've got eggplant, and I've got whatever else. I've got herbs and stuff. But if I look at it as exciting, I can reprogram and make the dance different and make the dance more beautiful. And I think when he talked about the dance and how he like referred to it as relationships, you have certain people in your life and you tend to go down that same path, that same fight, time after time after time. You've got a dance choreographed, and it's not a feel-good dance, because that dance ends up with you probably not being happy. But if we can look at our weight loss journey as the dance that we need to find excitement in and make the journey look more beautiful. Good morning, John. If we can just change the look of that dance, just like we want to change the dance with our people that we might be fighting with, if we can change it and pull in that energy that's positive, we can re-choreograph the dance. And what they were more or less referring to as the dance is the pathway to the brain. So if you can think of trying to make new habits as a dance, it's a new dance, a new way to approach it. And to make it beautiful, you have to have excitement and energy in it. And whenever you start to think about, oh, I don't want to eat that healthy thing, I want this donut, just think about where your energy's at. Would that be, if that was a dance, would that translate to a dance that somebody'd want to watch? Probably not. So if these things, and I know a lot of it seems repetitive time after time. I was even telling Doc V that earlier this week. I go, I feel like I repeat the same thing. And he goes, no, 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 no. I think it's that as humans, we're creatures of habit. We get comfortable with a pattern. So reading all these books and the challenges that Doc V gives us time after time is helping us to reprogram the pathways, to get us on a higher energy level, to get us to recognize when we are not doing things to support our journey. So again, this sounds like, if you look at it, the patterns are the same. But even when I was tutoring learning disabled, and I tutored everyone. I remediated probably 50, 60 kids, and some adults too. It is a case of learning to be excited about something different. It is a case of rewiring, which just means, in this book they talk about calling it a dance. You're reprogramming your mind to look differently. Your old dance is the one where it's too hard to lose weight, you just want the donut, you don't feel good. Does that dance provide you with high energy? Is that a dance that you'd want to watch down the road? And the answer is probably not. So change your dance and create a new pathway in your brain. Make it exciting. Get excited about a new fruit or a new vegetable or a new recipe. Get excited about clothing fitting different. Get excited about sharing this with the people that you care about in your life, because I know right now, I feel very proud of myself that I can be 1 year into COVID and I'm down 40 pounds on top of well, I'm at a total of 160 or just over 160 now. Was it easy? No, but there is an excitement and there's a great feeling of knowing that I've secured a healthier life into the future. And along the way, if I can help you guys, I do this because the doc challenged me to do it, but I also do it because it's an accountability for me. And I hope that something I'm reading and sharing with you guys helps you in the journey. I appreciate more than you'll ever know that you listen and that you support me in this. And I hope that if your dance isn't high energy, if your music isn't pumping you up, that you flip it around and create a dance that's beautiful that will carry you through the rest of your life. I think the key is to stop and say, is it positive energy or negative energy, and react. Yeah, and that's it too. Is it positive or is it negative? And we hear that, and Thelma's talking about that. And we've heard that time after time with Doc V. And I did kind of like how they referred to it as a dance. And is it a positive energy or is it a negative energy? And if we can turn it and we can make it a positive energy and be excited. Yeah, and even Serena's talking about the low energy dance is that one with the sugar and with the carbs and with the heavy foods. And I've even talked about, like, my work requires me to be a problem solver. And if I am in that low energy dance of heavy, heavy foods, I can't produce. And then if I can't produce where I need to, I don't feel good about myself. And yeah, like Serena was talking about, and that tends to create a crash and a headache, and we just don't feel good. So I guess think about it today. What turn of words will help you create a new pathway? What will help you to get out of that negative energy and turn yourself positive? Our life is a dance. Unfortunately, we do get into patterns and we get into a choreographed number that we repeat time after time. But what can we change now to make this dance more exciting and more energy filled to help you to create the new pathways in your brain to support you making positive choices in your life? Hi, Dolly. I'm almost at the end, but thank you for coming on board. But that's what I think is create a new dance, create a new pattern, create a higher energy pathway in your mind to support your weight loss journey. You want to succeed, and making it exciting makes it easier to change those old bad habits. We're going into a new phase, and like the doc says, it's a spring for many of us, and this spring tends to be the time when we can all lose more weight. It's also a time where we can be light on our feet and enjoy some more time outside. So let's create a new pathway. Let's create a new dance. Let's create high energy. Let's do the Latin salsa, and let's shake it up and show everybody else what amazing things we can accomplish over the next few months. Thank you guys so much for listening, and have a beautiful, beautiful day. I appreciate you all so much. Have a great one.